And we continue to follow breaking news here at 10:30. Indiana's abortion bill is heading to Governor Eric Holcomb's desk. The near total ban on abortion passed 29 to 18 after more than 3.5 hours of debate. News 8's government reporter Garrett Bergquist is live at the State House with the very latest. Garrett.
And Phil, that vote total is actually slightly stronger in favor of the bill than the first time the Senate voted. When it went out of the House, it was a 26-20 vote. Now, more about, I believe it was actually 28-19. So what this bill does is it bans abortion at any time for any reason. The only exceptions would be to save the mother's life or to head off a serious physical health risk. In the event of a fatal abnormality, a woman could still obtain an abortion up to 20 weeks or until the fetus became viable, whichever occurred first. And then rape and incest victims could get an abortion, but only up to 10 weeks into their pregnancy. So all eyes now on Governor Eric Holcomb to see what he ends up doing with that bill. Senate leaders say they expect he will sign it. And we had some very emotional testimony in the Senate today. At one point, we heard from Michiana Shores Republican Senator Mike Bohacek. Now, he voted for the bill the first time, but he ended up changing his vote to no. Now, he has a daughter who lives with Down syndrome, and here's what he said.
What happens to somebody that's on a guardianship? My daughter's 21 years old. Excuse me. If she lost her favorite stuffed animal, she being consoled. Imagine making her carry a child to term. Thanks.
Further discussion.
It's obviously a very personal issue for Senator Bohacek there, and much of the debate throughout this process and right up into this evening was over the rape and incest exceptions and specifically what will become of young girls who become pregnant. Senate Minority Leader Greg Taylor pressed bill author Sue Glick on that question.
You're saying that the fallback for these younger than 16 children, say a 10-year-old, is just their physical body, not the emotional or psychological part of having a child before the age of 16.
If it's beyond the 10 weeks and they have a serious health risk, the abortion is not banned at that point. It can be considered if there's a serious health risk.
Protesters were gathered outside the Senate chamber all night. We could hear them chanting in the chamber as lawmakers debated. Same story in the House today. They were outside before the House gavelled in shortly after 9, and we could hear them chanting all throughout the debate in there as well. Now, the Senate had two options tonight. It could either accept the changes that the House made to the bill, or they could have voted to not concur with the House and then send it to a conference committee. That would have taken our special session into next week. The Senate, however, chose to accept the changes the House made. Once again, that bill now heading to Governor Eric Holcomb's desk. Live at the State House, Garrett Bergquist, Wish TV, wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook.